Goodbye, crabs in the barrel, no more dragging me low. Turn my back on the sorrow, watch how strong I'll grow. I'm waving from the shoreline as I head for the sun. Life is calling me forward, now the journey's begun. Thanks so much, but it's time to say goodbye. Bye, bye, goodbye, bye, bye. I've gotta go and live my life. Tangled in their web of lies, chasing shadows in disguise. Thought they had my back for sure, realized they're wanting more. Walking away from shadows past me I've outgrown. They clung to my dreams while they polished their own stone. Thought they had my back, but they were pulling me down. Goodbye to the crabs, I'm leaving this tired town. Pulling me down deep below. In a barrel anger grows, crabs in corners seeking light, only find the darkest night. They laughed while I stumbled, fed doubts to my mind. Mirror reflected faces of a different kind. Chains made of whispers didn't let me fly free. Now I'm breaking loose, leaving shells in the sea. Goodbye, crabs, I'm walking free, 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 free. Dreams fade one by one, fading one by one. I won't stop till I'm gone, till I'm gone. Climbing out of pits of doubt, turn my back, no looking out. Past the sorrow, past the pain, leave your echoes in the rain. Every step I take now feels light on my feet. No more anchors pulling me down to deceit. Echoes of freedom in the beat of my heart. From the weight of the past I am ready to part. Thanks so much, but it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, bye, bye. Goodbye, bye, bye, bye. I've gotta go. The path ahead is lonely, but my spirit's alive. No more shadows around me, no more tales to contrive. Rising above from the deep darkest blue. Farewell to the crabs, I've got new skies to view.
I used to roam those crowded streets where all the ghosts are known. But I'm a torch to every bridge, ain't scared to let them go. I got my past in the rear view mirror. All the voices couldn't be any clearer. They say don't burn bridges, don't you dare. I got dynamite, I just don't care.
Blow them up, let the pieces fly. Watch the dust settle underneath the sky. Never look back, keep my head held high. No more tears,
I won't cry. They say make amends, learn to forgive. I know what it takes to truly live. Cut the ties and watch me thrive. This is my life, I won't just survive.
blow them up, let the pieces fly. Watch the dust settle underneath the sky. Never look back, keep my head held high. No more tears,
I won't cry. They say that time can heal the wounds, but I'm not one to wait. Patience lost in the inferno, burning past debate. Each step away, another layer peeling off my skin. Emerging from the ashes, ready to begin. Memories like shadows, they fade away. Couldn't weigh me down on my brightest day. Goodbye to the old, I'm breaking free. No regrets, this is the new me. Blow them up, let the pieces fly. Watch the dust settle underneath the sky. Never look back, keep my head held high. No more tears, I won't cry. Blow up the bridges, don't look back. The past is just a memory in gray and black. Keep walking forward, leave the wreckage far behind. I'm setting fire to every bond that tried to hold my mind. Blow up the bridges, don't look back. The past is just a memory in gray and black. Keep walking forward, leave the wreckage far behind. I'm setting fire to every bond that tried to hold my mind.
Tech coach Ralph, tough as nails, no disguise. Pushing limits, yeah, he's that kind of guy. At first it's harsh, the rules feel like chains. But trust the process, there's sunshine in the rains. He cracks the whip, but it's all in love. Results shining bright like stars above. Tech coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. Days turn to weeks, skills sharp and fast. What once was a struggle now feels like a blast. Step by step, we rise and we glow. With Ralph in our corner, we're ready to show. Singing his praises, can't keep it inside. From hard ass to hero, he's our pride. Tech coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another episode of Software Explorations. This is our first Sunday in 2025. We are about to get into Kubernetes And we're going to make it a great year. We're going to make it a great year. We're going to learn a lot about DevOps, Kubernetes, Packer. We already did some Terraform last year. Might have to revisit a little bit. A lot of things on the agenda for this year. It's going to be a great year. I am excited for 2025. I'm happy to have you guys here with me, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. The information is still great. So looking forward to it. Let's get started with the show. Let me just say what's up to my guy, Maddox, early in the building on the Twitch side of the game. Shout out to you, Maddox. Maddox was preventing me from getting violent in the Discord yesterday. Thank you, Maddox. Thank you so much, Maddox. I appreciate you for that.
I appreciate you.
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into our agenda so we can run through the show. I have had a super busy weekend. A lot of content to create, a lot of, coaching and stuff like that, which I'll get into that a little bit later. But let's keep the show at 2 hours. Let's keep it moving. Hopefully we can keep it under 2 hours, right? But first and foremost, I just want to say a big thank you to all of the new subscribers, those who have been with me from day one, like my guy Don, who I think I had maybe about 300 subscribers, and he reached out to me, and we've been cool ever since. And shout out to the people who are new subscribers, who are supporting the channel, who are learning, who I'm able to add value to. I appreciate you all.
I appreciate you.
And I just got to say a salute to my tech barbarians, my tech mercenaries, my tech barbarians, my tech prodigies, my technical explorers, all my Patreon members, and the tech mercenaries who support the YouTube channel. Shout out to all of you guys. You guys are the best.
We the best.
And if you are looking for one-on-one coaching, the spots are filling up. The top tier is just about full. I think there's 1 or 2 spots left. If you're looking to work with me one-on-one to help you level up in your career, then join the Tech Coach Off Patreon. That's techcoachoff.dev. And you can sign up for there. We can have a conversation. If you want to have see what we're going to talk about before you even sign up, we can do that. But it is the place to be. We're going to be doing some great things in 2025. I am having coaching calls with everybody in the next couple of weeks so that we can set our 2020. We're gonna review. I'm gonna talk about this a little bit later. We're gonna review what happened in 2024, and we're going to plan for 2025. Right? Always have a plan. So that's techcoachoff.dev. Tons of exclusive content. Also the ability to work with me one-on-one. If that is your interest, if you want to level up. All right. So with that being said, we are going to move on. All right. Let me just let you know. Next upcoming shows tomorrow morning. We have the Coffee and Kata show. We're going to be continuing working on our large language models. Tomorrow, the goal is to set up our Conda environment to be and then we're going to what do you call it? We're going to set up our Conda environment. We're going to open up Jupyter notebooks, and then we're going to work on the first project of a URL summarizer, a web page summarizer. All right. So that's the goal for tomorrow. And then Tuesday night, we're going to be going live with our Q&A like we always do. So, tune in. And if you have questions, you can call in, whatever the case may be. But tomorrow, LLM, Tuesday, Q&A. And then our upcoming show, we have our Candid Conversation tomorrow at noon Eastern Time. It is called Don't Be Afraid to Burn Bridges. You guys heard the song. If you were here at the very beginning, you heard the song Burn It Down, Burn the Bridges. I 100% agree with that. And we're going to get into that a little bit more before we actually start working. But that is the Monday Candid Conversations. Wednesday, we're going to be talking about large language model, giving an overview of presentation, so you can have a better understanding of what we're doing in the mornings. All right. So that is the upcoming content. And then Friday, we're going to have the bug bite. I think I'm going to release the AI versus human social media influencers that I was talking about the other day. There were some just more pressing stories that came up, but it might be a good time to release that. And then throughout the week, we have shorts as well as clips from the Q&A show where you can get them in small, bite-sized, digestible pieces. All right. So that is the housekeeping for today. Well, a couple more. So this week, Thursday, we're starting our ethical hacking and penetration testing. So if you have not signed up for the course yet that we're going to be going through, It's a Udemy course. I didn't create it, but that's the one that I'm using to learn about ethical hacking. It is pinned to the top of the chat. It's in the description. It probably will be circulating throughout the chat as well. Get the course so that you can follow along. This coming Thursday, we plan on doing, what I plan to do is installing a virtual machine thing on my Mac. I think it's called UTM I have to use on the M1 or on the M chips. But if you are on Windows, you can use VirtualBox, and we're going to be installing Kali Linux and navigating around there inside of Kali Linux, right? So do not hesitate. I don't want you to be left behind, because if you are, I will just laugh at you like, sucks for you, right? Because 2025, compassionless 2025, we are focused on ourselves. We're focused on winning, all right? That is a goal, winning. So, and a large language model that we're going to be doing Mondays and Wednesdays, sometimes additional day, but those 2 days are what we're always going to be doing. That link is also in the description. So, so if you want to do that and like want to learn more about AI, then choose, sign up for that course. Right now, Udemy has courses on sale between $10 and $20. So it is a great time to sign up for both of those classes, or even all three, the Devops class as well. So, and all the courses that I've taken recently in Udemy are in the description. So you can pick your poison, and we can run it up together. I just had somebody just started taking the Python course, and they did like day 1 so far, and never did any type of coding before in their lives, and they're like, wow, I'm really intrigued. I'm really interested in it. I like it. I want to keep going. So when people ask me where to go and learn, I always say, go to Udemy, wait for the courses to be on sale, right? There's some other places out there, but I've been using Udemy for the past 10 years, so I trust them, okay? And I don't trust, it's not that I trust Udemy, I trust the courses that I share, because those are the ones that I've used for the past 10 years to level up in my career, right? So if you're interested, the links for the courses that I've taken are in the description, okay? All right, so let's do a quick thing, right? So let's talk about this right now. Burn down. So I'm going to get more into it tomorrow, but in the song that was playing before the show started, burn bridges. I just want to highlight this at the very end of the song, right? Set fire to every bond that tries to hold your mind. Set fire to every bond that tries to hold your mind. There are so many things that will weigh us down, hold us back from the things that we're able to accomplish, right? But our minds are so scattered and fragile that the second we get, maybe some type of attention or something like that, we just deviate, right? And then this thing comes to be a heavy burden, a heavy weight on us. And I'll just tell you right now, it is not worth it. Walk away, burn it down. I'm gonna get really deep into it tomorrow on Candid Conversations. But if something is holding you down, whether it's a person, whether it's a place, whatever it is, set it on fire. Not literally, do not set somebody literally on fire. That's not what I'm saying. But set the connection, let it go, walk away, remove every bond that tries to hold your mind. All right? That is my message to you. Whoever needs to hear it, walk away. All right? Let it go. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. As my favorite runner-up would say,
do not come.
All right? That is my number one runner-up.
Do not come.
All right, so take that for what it's worth. Burn it down, walk away, every bond that tries to hold your mind. All right? All the music that I make, I stand behind it. All my AI music, I stand 100% behind it. All right? And if it can help if it can help one person, it's well worth it. All right. So, all right. As we get going, share the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that good stuff, all that maintenance. You know what to do, right? techcoach.dev. Sign up. Let's run it up. All right. So let's get into it for today. What is our game plan for today? Let's start the timer. I'll share let's start the first 20 minutes. I'll share the game plan, and then we will go from there. Okay. Actually, no. Before let me see what Maddox said. Maddox said, correct. Some good teachers on Udemy, and then Maddox. Oh, let me move this off the screen. Let me see. Where is this thing? Some good, yes. And the keyword, the highlighted word, is some. Yes, I agree. There are some teachers that are like those are the ones that I follow. Like, and I'll share them. Like Dr. Angela Yu. I learned the web development, React, Mongo, and everything like that course. I learned from her. I learned Python from her. I started the Flutter course, which I should probably finish the Flutter course, but I just deviated on my own and figured out most of it on my own. Learned Flutter from her, and then there is the Zero to Mastery ZTM. I started with the data science course with them, and then there's another one I think I got from them. I forgot which one I got from them, but there was another one that I got from them. But I always recommend, those are the ones that I normally recommend. And then I look at the reviews and how many people are enrolled, what's the stars that they get, so that I can see if I watch the previews to see if this is something that I can follow or not. So there's a strategy. You know what? Maybe I'll make, Maddox, maybe I will make a Patreon video on how to choose the right Udemy courses for your learning experience. Because like you can end up picking the wrong one, and then it's so hard to learn. It could be accents, it could be learn like teaching styles, so many different things. So that's thank you, Matt. Thank you, Mike. See, that's why I appreciate my guy Maddox.
I appreciate you.
All right, let's jump into it. First 20 minutes. Let's go.
It's time to do.
All right, so the game plan for today is we're going to start Minikube again. We're going to deploy Mongo like we did last time. We know Mongo is working. We're able to connect to it. But then we have to work on getting the API launched. So the very first thing we're going to do, we're going to work on trying to launch the API. And if we're able to get the API connected, then, if not, we're going to have to look at the logs to see where it's failing, what we need to do. But the first goal is to get the API launched. We're going to have to pass in the connection to the database as an environment variable. Once the API is working, then we should be in smooth settings to get the front end launched, right? So that's our game plan. We tried that last week. We had some complications. We're going to figure it out today. All right. So let's get to it. So let's go to over here. So this is what we were looking at last week about how to get started with Kubernetes and Minikube for microservices. Let me see. So we pretty much did all of this, but we were doing our own. And in doing our own, that's when we had some complications, but we're going to figure it out. Let's get over to, so let's get it started, right? Let's get it started. So let's go over to here. And we're going to, let me see. Let's do, first and foremost, let's do mini. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, now I remember what issue we had last week. The issue that we had last week is that our repository, so our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data images were locally, and Kubernetes can only use repositories. So we're trying to create our own repository. So that's actually what we need to do, right? So let's go with, let me see, we zoom in a little bit. And we're going to do Docker PS. Docker, all right, so we have our so there goes our registry, right? And now the question is, how do you see what's in the registry? So let me go over to, so let's do a little bit of research, right? Let's go over to here. And let's go Docker registry. And let's see our Docker local registry. How do you use your own registry? Let's take a look at that. and Docker run. So wait, Docker run registry. Okay, we got that. And it says the D flag will run in detach mode. Fair enough. The P publishes the port to 5000. We got that. Pulling from, all right, pushing and pulling from a local registry. Docker logs -f registry. So we want to see, all right, we can see the logs. Open another terminal and grab the official Ubuntu image from Docker Hub. We'll use this image as our example below. I already pushed something to the local registry. I just want to see what's in it though. Let's see. Now let's remove local and then pull the image from our local registry. So we can try to pull the image from our local registry. I think that'll be a good way because we don't really need to go all the way into it. If we can see that our image is inside the local registry, we can use that local registry. So all right, let's do this. Let's go back over here. And let's go and do here. Let's go and what's up? OHT. All right, let's see what we can do here. We got let's see, Docker pull. Let's see. Local host 5050 colon, or not colon, but slash. And then that would be Urban Dictionary Economic data. Hold on, let me see what let's do API latest. Let me see what that is. Let me see. Not found. All right, let's do. Oh, I know why. So let's do Docker PS Docker images. I think it's alpha 001. All right, so let's do. Is that what I named it last time? Let's do that. Let's go like that. See if that's gonna work. Oh, there's no. All right, there's no. Did I name it? Hold on. Let's do. I call it latest. Nope. Let's see if I try that. All right, let's do Docker logs dash Docker logs dash F registry. All right, let me see what they got over here. So we have, because I know I pushed something to it last time. We have, okay, so I call it UDEC. All right, so let's do this. So let me do Control C to get out. And let's do probably something like this. UDEC -BE colon latest. Let's try that. Still doesn't know it. All right, well, we're just gonna do it over then. Let's do, I know what to do. Docker images. It would be UDEC-BE. Let me try that. I think I know what happened, but let's go to here. Image is up to date. So pulling from 192.50. Okay. Interesting. Let me try something. So let's do Docker tag. And we're going to tag Urban Dictionary, economic data to, and then zero. Alpha alpha 0. And then we're going to call, let me try localhost 5050 and UDEC -BE latest. So if I tag that, right, and I do Docker push, and I go with this one, so that pushed it there. So if I do another Docker logs -f localhost 5050, no, not it's going to be registry. And we have it here. Okay, so that's clean. What's up, your car? How's it going? Let me see. I'll be reading the comments. I'll be reading the chats when we get to break. Let me see. All right, so we got that. Looks like everything is pushed, so let's stop that. Now, if we go back to clear that, let me see if Minikube is started. Minikube start. Minikube is starting. Let's see. All right, preparing Kubernetes using Docker image. Let's see. All right, so it started. Let's start up our dashboard as well. All right, so I got my dashboard over here. So there goes the dashboard. We already have our Mongo up and running, so we don't have to start that over. We're having trouble with these two over here, right? So let's focus on the backend first. Let's see if we can see what is actually, I wonder if there's any logs in here. Let's see, deployments. Let me see. Okay, I'll see no logs, but all right. We'll look for that. So let's try to deploy. Let's try to deploy this again, right? So because I want to see why I want to see what the error is, but I'm going to use localhost. So let's say we go to we already created the deployment. We need to create the server side. So let's go back over to here. And we go over to here. And we say, let me see, kubectl get services. So we have these. Let me remove the backend for now. kubectl delete service this one, right? So now if we do mini or kubectl, and we do the get services, we would have that gone. All right. So now if we do kubectl expose, nope. Let's delete the deployment as well. Kubectl delete deployment. UDEC BE. All right. So let's do kubectl get deployments. All right. So now if we do kubectl create deployment UDEC-BE dash image equals localhost 5050 / UDEC-BE latest, and we say replica 3. Let's do that. Oh, replicas. Okay, my bad. All right, so that's created. So now if we do kubectl, let me start the tunnel though. Mini tunnel. How do you start? I always forget how to start the tunnel. Let me see. In 28. Mini cube start tunnel. Let me see. What was the command? Okay, just mini cube tunnel. All right, cool. So let's do that. However, I'm pretty. Did I expose the service yet? I did not expose the service yet. All right, so let's expose the service. Cube expose, and we're gonna say deployment, and we're going to say expose deployment UDEC-BE, and we're going to say type. I'll just do cluster for now, but it probably should be node port at the end of the day. And then port that we want to expose would be support again. Let me see. We want to expose port 3500. 3500. All right, let's try that. Let's go over here. 3500. What? Isn't it a cluster? Hold on, let me see. Oh, load. The type is load balancer. My bad. My bad. I apologize. Load balancer. So that's exposed. All right. So now if we do mini cube or kubectl, get services. Okay. So what is that other command? Kubectl get deployments. See, the backend still isn't coming up though. That's what I don't understand. All right, so now let's do this. So let's look up how to how to get logs from from Kubernetes. So let's take how to view Kubernetes pod logs files with kubectl. So let's see how to view Kubernetes pod log files. Let's see how to set a Kubernetes. Okay, cool. So we can do kubectl log and then find the pod name. So let's do over here, kubectl get pods. And there goes our Mongo. There goes our. And when I started it, localhost image. Okay, so let's take a look at if we can get these logs. Kubectl logs, pod name. Let's take a look at that. Container is waiting to start, trying and failing to pull image. Okay, so the error is at failing to pull the image. All right, so let's see then.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
All right, so when we get back, we're going to look for how to pull in the image from our local host, from our local Docker from our local Docker registry, right? And then we can see because I think that's what the problem is, right? But let's go to break. All right, we are at break. Let me see who's in the building, and then we'll get to our first break time discussion. Okay. So let me see. And shout out to everyone who is watching on X and who is watching on Twitch. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for your support. All right, let me see. So your car says Mr. Tech-Neek or Mr. Tech-Neek just took off his Bible study with your car hat off. Look at that. And now, Mr. Technique is officially in the building. And OHT says, looks like the Matrix is up in here. You know how we do. Says, I've only just started learning Python, so apologies for being a novice. Look, OHT, I absolutely love, appreciate, and adore novices because guess what? OHT. All of us were a novice at some point. All right. I was a novice too. You know, I wasn't born with these mediocre skills that I have. I had to work my way towards my mediocre skills. Okay. So I really appreciate you being here. So thank you so much on the Twitch side of the game. Where are you learning Python from? Like, what are you doing to learn Python? By the way, I don't know if you caught this at the beginning of the show, but starting this Thursday, we're going to be learning more about ethical hacking, and there's a big Python component to the course. So just if you're interested in that, join us, follow along. Right now, Udemy is having some crazy sales on their courses, so you can get that course for about $10 to $20 if you wanted to follow along. But really cool stuff. You can probably pair that with your Python, so keep that in mind. Let me see. Maddox says grabbing drinks, Maddox. What type of drinks are you grabbing? Okay, I got you. Let me see. We got Project Kill Junior or JR in the building. What's up? Good day to you. And it says, I'm a novice at coding. I want to learn it all. Well, you have come to the right place. You have come to the right place. So Project Kill JR or Junior, whichever you prefer. Are you like which coding languages are you learning and how far along are you? And if you just tune in to the show, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna see at least how I work my way through learning different concepts, implementing them, the way my crazy mind works. I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I had a video that I released on the ways that I go about learning coding, and that might be able to help you. So definitely want to check that out. Look back. And your car says, see, they love the background. We just need that flip down clock. I'm telling you that you're asking for a lot. You are asking for a lot, your car. You're asking for a lot. And we got my guy, the King Snitcher, who just left a snitching convention. He is the chairman. We got my guy, Magnetar 17 in the building. Now that he's here, you guys better behave in the chat because he will tell on you, all right? You're going to see him go away for like 10 minutes. And you're going to be wondering where he is. And you'll find out once the YouTube police show up at your doorsteps, and his whole family is going to be in witness protection, all right? So I'm warning you now. The King Snitcher is in the building. It says, it's snowing here. I'm under the weather and my team is losing. I repeat, my team is losing. Imagine talking to your 4-year-old or a cat because I am that new. Well, lucky for you, Project Kill JR. I speak to a 2.5-year-old going on 25, so I can probably help you out, all right? I can probably help you out. Let me see. It says, what's good? I appreciate it, your car. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
All right, so let's get to this real quick. I just wanted to give a insight, I guess. I'll give some insight. Coaching plans for 2025. So first and foremost, I just want to give a shout out to Ralph, right? Shout out to Ralph. Shout out to Ralph. But I'm sure Mitch, who is watching in the clouds, right? He's just waiting for me to say his name for him to make a grand appearance. But he's gonna say, he's always talking about himself, but I am not talking about myself this time. I'll tell you this, right? I got a coaching sign up on Thursday night. Never spoke to this person a day in my life, right? They signed up, Tech Barbarian, top tier, and I sent them an email on Friday morning saying, "Hey, this is how it works. Here's a calendar to set up your coaching call, and so we can get get acclimated." Signed within about 2 to 3 hours. Got it booked for that night, right? Got it booked for that night, and we were having a conversation, and it was great and really good stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I'm taking my what is the name of this test again?" He's like, "Oh, tomorrow I'm going to be taking my CompTIA Security X exam for certification." I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Are you serious?" I'm like that, and then Saturday night sent me a picture of him passing the Security X certification, getting his Security X certification. I was like, now that is the drive that I want all of my tech barbarians to have. Like Ralph told me, I'm doing pretty good, but I can do better. I want to run it up, and I want you to help me do that. And I said, you know what, Ralph? You remind me of another amazing Ralph that I know, if I must say so myself. No, I did not say that. I'm just kidding. But I was highly impressed. they came, they joined, and they already planned to take a certification, which they passed. So now we're just going to be strategizing. We're going to be running it up, right? I didn't even start my timer. Let me start my timer. All right, let me start my timer. So shout out to Ralph. Really, really good. But speaking on coaching plans for 2025, this is what if most of the people I coach, they don't watch because they're working on, like, I have them working, right? But just for insight, what I am planning to do in the next coming weeks is we are going to have an analysis of 2024 for the people that I'm coaching, where we're going to see, okay, what were the goals that we set for 2024 and how close did we get to them? Where do we fall short? Where did we exceed? Where do we, and now, what is our goal? What is our game plan for 2025? Last year on this channel, I would, talk about the plans that I had for 2024, had a mid-year check-in to see, okay, did we need to adjust? Are we pivoting? Are we exceeding our expectations? How are we doing? And, if you work for a company, you've had a annual review, a mid-year review, stuff like that. Give myself a mid-year review. Might as well say the video that I did last week about meeting my biggest fan was my annual review. But so I'm gonna be going through that with the people that I'm coaching, my tech barbarians, my tech prodigy members, so that we can see how we did. And even if because I've gotten some new signups, right? I've gotten some new signups. And I'm going to be going through them as well. Like, okay, how was 2024 for you? What did you even have goals for 2024? And if you did, how close did you get to them? See, me, I like to push the people that I'm coaching to set really high goals. And if they accomplish them, then if I'm coaching you and you accomplish your goals for 2024, right? Then I did not set your goal high enough. Or I did not have you set your goal high enough, because I'm not trying, honestly, all right, between you and I, right? I'm not really trying to have you accomplish your goal. I want you to push so hard that you get as close as possible so that you can see how, with drive and dedication, how far you can get, and then after that, all right, don't be discouraged, because if you look back, look how much you actually did. Look how much you actually did. And that is one of my strategies to push you to the limit. David Goggins says, right? He talks about the governor, where I guess in some old cars, there would be a governor where although the car could go maybe 140 miles an hour, it would cap at like 80 to 90 miles an hour because it had a governor at 40%, right? He's like, so you got to push past that 40%. And that's when you really start to accomplish. So I'm just trying to push my people to their limit and then beyond to see, like, you can do so much more. Like I told you the story how one of the people that I was coaching, they got an internship, and from there they just ran it up. Now they're working full time in tech. Took them like less than 3 months to get into their first tech role, stuff like that. So we're going to be doing 2024 analysis and then 2025 preparation. We should have did it in December, but we're here. We're going to do preparation for 2025, and we are going to set a strategy. I have some people who are learning, they're going to school for cybersecurity and networking, stuff like that. We're strategizing around that. Have another person who just got a job working in banking. So we're going to be strategizing, all right, how can the role that you just got, how can you level up in there? I have some people who are looking to get into networking, like some more networking engineering and Devops and stuff like that. Strategy, and then prioritize and execute. Prioritize and execute. All right. So that's my plan. That is my coaching plan. That is my game plan for 2025. With the people that I work one-on-one with, as well as because the same people that I work one-on-one with, I also put them into like some of them now, depends on what the needs are. I put them into like a work-like environment where we are building applications so that they can go through the agile process. They can go through so agile, GitHub, software testing, software development, and I forgot who I was talking to, But I was saying that like the way that I do it is I don't like restart every part. Like I don't have cohorts, right? We're building a software and somebody joins.
Get
Like,
a
oh,
move
that's
on, back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
somebody joins, and then like once they join, then we just pick up from there, right? The same way that you join a new company, the company's not going to start all over on the project just for you. So I'm like, all right, this, like you joined on this part of it, orientation, onboarded, and get to work, right? Read up on the documentation, but get to work. Let's get to it. I do not start over for anybody in group settings, right? In group settings, you pick up where the group is and you learn, and people teach each other. When we work on one-on-one, if you're like, let's say you're learning how to code and stuff like that, then I will work with you individually and help you in that case. But when you are working in a group, the group does not restart just for you, because guess what? You are not that important in a company, and I treat you as if you are at work, right? So because you need experience, I will help you get that practical experience. So I just wanted to share that with you. So if I coach you, we're going to be doing analysis of 2024, and we're going to be planning for 2025, all right? And we're going to be working on resumes and mock interviews as well, all right? So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight of what I do with my coaching group. And if you're getting coached, you know what's coming, all right? So let me get back to the chat, and then we will move on to our second segment of the show. Let me see. Magnetar says, I'm too sick to snitch on anyone right now, so y'all rock out. Aw.
Bruh.
I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better, Magnetar. I do not want you to be sick. I don't think anybody wants you to be sick. So I hope you get better very, very soon. And we will keep you on our minds, because a sick Magnetar is not good for anybody. All right. Well, all right. To be fair, a sick Magnetar is good for the people who are doing devious acts, because he cannot snitch, right? Fair enough. But we, the good people, we need you. So get better soon. All right. Project Kill JR says, I am an IIS manager. I have not done coding, but I manage the servers they are hosted on and the certs they need for authorization. Oh, that is super awesome. Oh my gosh. So, all right, I am going to help you out. I'm going to upgrade you. You are not a 4-year-old or a cat, because if you're already in tech, then like you know some industry terminology. So I will say not a 4-year-old, maybe a 8 to 10-year-old. All right. I think you're shooting yourself short, but let me know what language you're learning, and we can I can give you some more insight as needed. But also, I mean, here's the thing, right? I'll share this with you. Last year we were working on Terraform, and you setting up servers. I don't know if you're doing that on like in cloud, or if it's only like on site, on site locations. But if you start working on the cloud, which as an IIS manager, I think that is a great thing for you to look into, because everything is moving to the cloud. So if you aren't working on the cloud yet, I highly recommend you start looking into the cloud. Thinking about some AWS certifications, some Google Cloud Platform certifications, some Azure certifications. So, and learning how to actually use those technologies, and then a tool that would be helpful, because that'll help you skyrocket your, like, whatever it is that you want to do, right? And then I would say look into infrastructure as code, like Terraform and CloudFormation from AWS, if you're getting into AWS, right? I don't know if Azure has their own. I don't know if Google Cloud Platform has their own, but they all can use Terraform anyway. So look into that, because if you can start setting up servers and networks and stuff like that through code, and you can replicate it, that is going to be an amazing tool under your belt, right? And then from there, of course, like, you still should learn, whether it's Python or whatever it is, probably Python, but whatever it is, you still should learn that. But a good thing for you to look into as an IIS manager is looking more into the cloud and how to write the code to create your infrastructure in the cloud. All right. Let me see. So project says that's how I started an internship and never took a job outside of tech since. Look at that, run it up.
Let's get it.
And Maddox says I need to schedule a coaching call to. Well, Maddox, don't tell me what you need to do, Maddox. Tell me when it's done. All right. So get it done, Maddox. Get it done. It says it's both cloud and on-site. We manage both. That is awesome. Okay, so awesome. So if you're getting more familiar with it, get really familiar because the cloud is taking over on-site, right? Unless you're working, I don't know. I've been like even government stuff is probably getting heavily involved in the cloud because with the cloud, you can have backup. You can have backup regions. Like I use a lot US East 1, but I can have fallback regions of US West 2, whatever. Right. So I think continue to learn the code, but you really, really want to get familiar with the cloud technologies. And if you already use Azure, start off with Azure. Although I have been having a hell of a time with one of the people that I'm working with. Like we're trying to figure out doing stuff in Azure, and Azure is kicking our butt. If it was AWS, done. If it was Google Cloud Platform, done. But Azure, it's a whole nother beast, right? Unless Azure reaches out to me tomorrow and says they want to have a sponsorship, then I take everything back. But for now, it's kicking my butt. It says, I do use Azure, but not heavily, so get more familiar with it. The coding system we use is PowerShell. Yeah, PowerShell is just really the command prompt, and it is like, you can write scripts in there and stuff like that. But you do want to start getting familiar. Like if you're using the cloud, you really want to get familiar with that infrastructure as code. And start messing around with at least start off with Terraform, and then go from there. Since we do have our backups, see, look at that. We do have our backups managed with Amazon, and maybe I can. Maybe I don't know. It's so yesterday we were trying to do the container apps deployment, so that we're trying to deploy this basic application, and just trying to find the logs is a pain in the butt. But we're able to see it connected to the database. So we just been working on it like for about an hour together, and that's one of the things that I do with the people that I'm coaching. We spend maybe an hour and a half trying to figure out different things where we're getting stuck at. So, troubleshooting and stuff like that. Let me see. And then Chadford Morris in the building says, what coding boot camps would you recommend for a teenager? Was talking to my older son about what he wanted to do, and software engineering came up. Well, that is awesome. Tough question. For a teenager, I would say it depends on their learning style, but if they're self-driven as a teenager and they want to learn this type of stuff, I would say probably honestly start them off low cost, low investment, starting off with a Udemy course, on sale, it's on sale. They're on sale this week, Python course to start learning how to do Python. And that way, and what I do with the people that I'm coaching, I'm as you're learning something, I say, all right, create a presentation, show me some work, show me build something outside of what the class is doing. That's an option. And I would also say if they work better in a group environment, I would probably say find a one of those youth coding things where they can go and code with other people, things like that. But if they're older, I don't know, 14, 15, start them off with the Udemy course for $10. In the description I have a link to the Python course, the 100 Days of Python, which it takes more than 100 days. I'll let you know that now. But 100 Days of Python, a lot of people that I've recommended that course to, they've been able to use it and learn Python, get decent at it. So I'll definitely say check out start. I always say for everything that you do, start off with a low investment, see if it's something that is for you, and then grow from there. So and then on Udemy they have like the many other courses that you can grow from. So teenagers, that's like if they can self drive and you can ask them for feedback and stuff like that, I would start off with that. And project says finding the logs. That's what I do. Awesome. All right, I'll reach out to you. It says as an IIS manager, I manage the logs and everything with Azure Systems. And all right, cool, awesome. Hit me up on Discord and we'll talk about it a little bit more. And Chad Moore says, okay, cool, thank you. That he's all right, perfect. I think honestly that is a perfect age to get them started, because what happens is like let's say your son is gonna go to college for computer science and stuff like that, right? Knowing how to code is going to save them like half of their college misery, because they understand the concept of coding, object-oriented programming, things like that. And they can start creating their own programs early, so that they're not coming out of college dependent. Oh, I gotta find a job. I gotta find a job. It'll be easier to find a job, and it will be so easier to find a job, and they can already start thinking, stimulating their mind and say, okay, what can I do with this thing that I know? What is the need? What is the value? And start building your own stuff. That's how I approach it. All right. And lastly, your car says Ralph from 35 feet. All right. So all right. That was a long break. I apologize, but we had a lot of good questions to cover. So let's jump into the next segment of the show.
Let's go!
All right. So the issue that we're having is it cannot find the image, right? So that is what our problem currently is right now. Trying and failing to pull the image, and it's trying to pull it from our local repository. All right, so let's do this. Let's see. If we go to get the deployments, UDC backend available. All right, so that's still down. Because I could push it up to our Docker registry and do it that way, which maybe we should just do that. Thinking that'll save us a lot of time if we just push it up to our Docker registry. So let me spend 5 more minutes on this, trying to figure out this local registry. And if we can figure that out, great. If not, then I'll just push it up to my public Docker registry, because there's nothing proprietary about that code anyways. It's just our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data, so I really don't care. And then we can go from there, right? So let's see. So let's do kubectl delete service and udec be kubectl delete deployment udec be. So that's deleted. Let's do kubectl create deployment, and we're going to use let me see. Let me check something real quick. If we go to Docker logs -f registry, let me see. So right now I'm looking at the Docker logs, and I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see how to pull the how to connect to this. So request localhost, but and that was at all right. So all right, let me see if I can do this. Let me go to Kubernetes, pull our image from local registry. So Kubernetes, how to use a local registry. Let me take a look at that. Okay. So installing Docker, already have that, build that. This will generate a new Docker local tagged image, my nginx local images. All right, we got all that. This will create this image we created is known as the Docker. However, Kubernetes is not aware of it, of this newly built image. This is because your Docker daemon is not part of Kubernetes micro K8 Kubernetes cluster. We can export the built image from local Docker daemon and inject it in Kubernetes into the Kubernetes cache like this. Well, I guess we could do that. Kind of a sucky way to do it, but now we can view. Now we can view import the image to micro K8. So we do K8, but that's kind of weird. Oh, okay, I see what they're showing. They're showing how to do it on their system. That's not what we want though. I want to do it like with Minikube. Let's do Minikube. Pushing images. Let me see. Using a local registry with Minikube. Let's take a look at that one. If that doesn't work, then forget it. So this is what we did last time. We got that. Curl. Validate that the registry at including all right. So these instructions include running a local registry accessible from Kubernetes as well as from the host development machine at registry. Yada yada yada. So all right, we run that, and it says edit the /etc/host file on your development machine, adding on the same line as entry for localhost. Oh, okay. Could try that. Validate that the registry is running. Okay, validate that. Oh, okay. Okay. I see what we're doing here. All right. Let's give that a try. I don't know if we did this part last time though. All right, so let me do this. So I am going to, let me see. I don't know if, before I bring that over, let me see if I do vim /etc/hosts. All right, nothing spectacular in there. Let's do it over here. So do another tab, and then we're gonna do vim /etc/hosts. I wonder if I have to do sudo for that. On the same line as locals. I don't see no locals. Valid, so it says on the same line as the entry for localhost. So if we were to do oops, oh my God. I don't know what I messed up. Hold on, Q exclamation point. Let's edit that again. And let's go to the very end of that line. Do if I do, I just copy it over from over here. All right, let's paste that, and then we'll do local host WQ. WQ. Let's see. Cannot open file for writing. Let's do Q. Let's not do that. Let's just do sudo vim /etc/hosts. Password. All right, let's go down over here. And we're gonna say paste that again, localhost and WQ. All right, so that's written. So now if we were to do curl registry like that, 5050 /v2 / catalog. Let's see. Cannot resolve the host. Docker ps. So if we were to do the same thing, but we were to use local host. So localhost works. But that one isn't working. I wonder if it's because let me see if I do source etc host. Let me see how to link URL to local, or how to map domain to local host. Assign a domain name to localhost for development. Okay. So I think I did it backwards then. Did I? Oh, okay, yeah, I know what happened. So we're gonna go back to over here. And we're going to say 127.0.0.1. And we're going to get rid of this localhost over here. And WQ, I'm over here right now. WQ. And then I'm going to do ds cache util flush cache. Okay. And now if we try to do that, poof, there we go. So now we should be able to use this URL to see if we can pull in the dictionary, right? Or yeah, the API. So if we do kubectl create deployment udec-be, and we say --image equals that :5050 that's udec-be. I think it was how did I do it last time? Let's go to docker ps-a, or docker images actually. And we named it, if we were to do We got to tag it actually. So let me tag it. So if we do, before we do that, let's do, stop that. So let's do clear. I'm going to do minikube start dash CPUs for, I don't need that part. Let's do insecure dash registry space. Nope. Almost forgot something. So jumping around. All right, so let's do another Vim and docker daemon.json. Let's add sudo for that. And we're going to add another insecure registry. Oops. We're going to do comma. And we're going to paste this here and 50/50. Okay. Now we can do minikube start and then insecure registry is going to be that 50/50, right? Enter. All right, let's see what we got over here now. Let me see. Relocate app image. So we need to, all right, so we're gonna need to do the registry like that. You know how to do that already, but we're gonna do it. The only thing I'm not sure about, I don't think we need to do this part. I don't think we need to do that part. So let's go back to, we'll find out. Let's go back to here. All right, so this is started. Let's do, where's my mouse? All right, so let's do cube CTL get deployments. All right, so now if we do cube CTL create deployment, and we're going to call it udec-be. Nope, one more thing we need to do. Let's do docker that alpha dash 0.0.1, and it's going to be docker tag, I should say. Docker tag. And then we're going to say docker tag, and then we're going to say this one right here, 50/50 udec/udec be colon latest, and we give it that. Now it's tagged. So now if we go back, so I'm just going to copy this. So I don't have to type the whole thing over again. So now if we go back over to here, say dash image equals, and then I think dash replicas equals 3, right? So see what happens. So it gets created. Let me do docker get deployments. Docker kubectl get deployments. So it still gives us 0. Let's do, where are the logs that we used again? Get pods. Creating container creating background. Right. So let's take a look at this one. Let's take a look at the logs for that one. Trying, and so it's trying to pull the image. Still failing to pull the image. Still failing to pull the image. All right, so we're about to go to break, but what we'll do for sanity's sake, we're just gonna push the image to my Docker repository, and then we'll just pull it from there because this is crazy. This is annoying. So let's note that like we can figure out the local registry later on, but that is not part of what we're trying to learn right now. So in our last segment, what we'll do is we'll push the image to my Docker registry, and then we will
Lunch break! Lunch break!
we'll use that to get it into Kubernetes. All right. So let's go to break. Let me see. Do we have anything in the chat? If not, we will go straight to our topic. If you have any questions as well, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to answer it for you. All right. Let's go. All right. So nothing new. All right. Let's go to get some water first. All right. So second break time topic. Let's see what we got. So I want to talk about focus. It only takes 30 seconds to go through a traumatic experience that will totally take you off your focus. And, and then a lot of us, we end up dealing with long-term traumatic experiences. And now we try to focus and balance the two. And it's really not going to help you in any shape or form. We all have these, different goals and stuff that we want to do, but we let things sway us to the left or to the right, and our eyes wander, and then we find ourselves in like so far away from the things that we know that we should be doing or that we want to do, the goals that we set. And that's why it's important to be careful and to have goals and track your goals and see, all right, you know what? Having some type of progress bar to see, okay, where should you be? Where are you at? Do you need to like, are you losing focus? Anything that is not in line and in sight of what you want to accomplish, get rid of it. Let it go. Turn the page on it, burn it down, all of that good stuff, because it is going to take you so far off course. And then what's one of the worst things about getting lost and going in the wrong direction? The worst thing is the time lost. Time is money. Shout out to the time cost calculator, updated in the Google Play Store. It is under review in the Apple App Store. It should be getting approved between today and tomorrow. But your time is valuable. And people are not going to value your time. So, and if you don't value your own time, then why should anybody else value your time? All right. So focus. Like I see my best friend who just joined the show, who is here late.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
But nonetheless, he is my best friend, and he just distracted me. And it only takes 5 seconds when your best friend comes in and they totally derail your show. So that's why I say you have to focus, because things can go left really, really quick, and then you find yourself heading in the wrong direction for so long, and you just don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. So that's why I really want to emphasize on the importance of setting goals, having a game plan, knowing the direction that you want to go in. A lot of people, like, they think they can do it on their own. Some people can. But for the most part, you can't. And you need help and you need guidance. So wherever you get the help from, wherever you get the guidance, you just need to make sure you focus. Whether you have a planner, whether you set, I just thought about this right now. This just hit me right now, right now. Get a planner, right? Get a planner or whatever, however you want to do it. Maybe you're doing the, go to December. All right. Hold on one second. Why am I sharing this right now? Because this is monumental right here, right? Get a planner, go to December 31st, right? And write down the last day of December, all the things that you are going to get done, right? On the last day of December 31st. And then work your way backwards so that you can make sure that you actually are accomplishing or getting close to accomplishing your goals, right? If your goals for the year, like what I want to accomplish this year, you have them all listed by the last day of the year, you have to work towards them. I bet you get a lot closer than if you don't. And I bet you that's going to help you focus a lot better, because now whenever somebody's about to derail you, about to pull you off your course, you look on December 31st. What I am about to do, will it help me get to December 31st successfully, or will I fail miserably?
Move on, back to work. Chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work.
All right, so that was that. Let me check I have my delinquents in the chat now. Mitch, my guy Mitch, my best friend Mitch said,
Shake and bake.
Get to a point, dude. And Mitch says, I gave you some alley oops yesterday. You know what, Mitch? And this is why you have to control it. Those alley oops you threw up there, I couldn't get them because they weren't showing them. I was like, we were trying to get the time cost calculator, trying to get the message out there, and they just ignored it. They just ignored us, Mitch. They just ignored us. I tell you, I was like this. Mitch, this is what I thought. This is what I thought. Do I have it over here? Hold on. I don't know where it is, but here's what I'm gonna do. Give me a sec. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know what I thought, Mitch. I thought you were throwing those alleys. I was trying to catch them, and they were just rejecting them. They were just rejecting your alleys left and right. What is this one? Oh, let's do this, right? I felt like this, Mitch. I felt like this.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
Mitch trying to throw those alleys, and they were just like, I was like, really? All right. Anyways, your car is like CJ, the wealth building journey, reading the chat. I had to throw it. I'm like, if you read that chat one more time, the wealth building journey, we're gonna have a problem, right? And Mitch says, you don't know how to fit it. Mitch, I got this mug from work. It reminded me of you, so I said, "Oh, I want this one." Like in Scrum, when we're pointing, they say, "Oh, ready to throw hands, ready to throw fists." And then the other side of it. Anyways, let's get to the last segment. Let's get to the last segment, and then we'll wrap the show up. All right. Let me go to. Let's do the last one.
It's time to do.
All right. So here's what we have to do. Forget the Docker registry stuff. Our local registry. We're going to do Docker images. We're going to do Docker tag, and I'm going to call this urban economic data : alpha -0-0.1, and we're going to do this is tech coach Ralph / let's say udec-be : latest. And if we take this and we push Docker push denied Docker login. Log in with your Docker ID or email address to push and pull image from Docker Hub. If you do not have a Docker ID, head over there. You can log in with your password or personal. Let me see. Tech Coach Ralph. Should be. I don't know what my password is. Hold on a second. I don't know what my password is. Hold on. Docker. Oops. I'm not even sharing the screen. All right, let's go here. Docker. Where's Docker? Let me see. Why am I not signed in? Let's continue with Google. Signing in now. Okay. Let me stop this then. And let's do another push. There we go. What? How am I still denied? Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Let me go to, all right, let's go over to here. And I think I know what's going on. Yup. Side out. And let's sign back in. And continue with Google. Do this one. Open. There we go. So now, if I go back over to here and I say Docker push, there we go. There we go. All right, so that's pushed, right? So now, if we go back to our Minikube, we're going to do UDEC, not UDEC, kubectl, delete, deployment, udec-be. It's gone. Now, just go back up. I'm not going to type the whole thing out. But now we're just going to do image tech coach Ralph, UDEC latest, and we're going to do that. And now if we do our kubectl get deployment, and if we do kubectl get pods, crash loop backing off. Let's do the logs real quick. So we got a different message, so that's a good thing. Let's see what and you know what? It might be that we need to pass our environment variables. Let's see Docker, or not Docker, I keep saying Docker. What is it? Kubectl CTO, logs. Oh, nice. So it actually works. So now we need to actually pass in our connection string. So let's do, all right, so cube CTO, delete, deployment. UDC-BE. Let's go back up to here and let's see how do we pass in our environment. So let's look for how we pass in our environment variables. I know we had seen it before, but let's find out again. QBC, Google. Cube CTO. Cube CTO, we're gonna do get create deployment environment variables. How to pass environment variables. All right, there we go. And I don't want to do it through that. I want to do it through the command line. Okay. All right, so env var1 equals val. Okay, I think that works. I think we did that before, but let's see. I just want to do it through command, like through the terminal. Create deployment, updated deployment, use kubectl apply, command from a manifest file. Var, set a local variable. Let's see, kubectl set environment. Let's try that. So if our, all right, so what is our Mongo? I think it's just like localhost. All right, so if we do, we can make sure we can connect to that. So I just have Mongo Compass up open real quick. If I can I connect to this? Yes, I am. So, no, that's not the one I want to connect to. I want to connect to this one. So that's gonna, all right, so 127. All right, so let's do, let me see. Okay, wait, what? Cube CTL, get deployments. All right, so that's already, all right, so now we're going to say cube, so let's do cube CTL set env. If dash env is passed, environment variable can be read from. So if we, all right, so what if we just go back to here and we say dash env. Just looking at this real quick. Let's see. Cube CTL create deployment dash env. Let me see if I can do that. Let's see. What up, Rod Brown? Let's see. So you create the deployment. And then you set the environment variable for the deployment. Gotcha. Okay, so let's try that. So let's go over here. Rod Brown with a 1D. Rod Brown got me all messed up. Got me sending stuff back to Amazon. All right, latest. Let's go with that. And then we're gonna do kubectl set env deployment udec -be. And then we're going to say, what is the where's my let's see over database connection. And that would be 127.0.0.1 colon 27017, right? 27017, and then I'm just going to pass this to it. Slash. Let's do that. And I think that's the only one that we really need right now. So let's go to enter. What? No matches found. Let me see. Let's go back. kubectl set environment. Should be like that. No matches for database connection. What do you mean? kubectl set environment. Let me see. That didn't work. kubectl set environment, set env, deployment, and then that should have worked. Let's see what else they got. How to create an environment variable in Kubernetes container while creating. Let's see. The answer. I guess we could do run. Let me try run instead of create. Let's do kubectl delete deployment udec-be. Let's clear that out. So if we do, we'll go over here, kubectl run, and then we name that udec-be. That's crazy that they don't have a one to pass the environment variable. So we do run, give it the name, image, equals tech coach Ralph, udec-be, colon latest, and we do --env equals database connection equals database connection. All right, so then that's going to be 127.0.0.1 colon 27017 for the port slash, and then we are going to do the let me get that, put in this over here. We go here, and then we do the I don't see where you could do the replicas, but let me see. Can I pass replicas? Equals 3. Try that. So you can't do replicas in that, but let's just start this like that. All right, so that's created. Let's do Docker, or I keep saying Docker, kubectl get deployment. And it's not there, but let's see. So it doesn't have a deployment. Let's see kubectl get pods. And there is an error on that pod. Let's see, kubectl logs that. And of course. So kubectl delete pod udec be. Let's create that over again, but this time we need to start off our database connection with that's my bad on that one, but we're getting closer and closer. Let's do mongodb // and we enter that. So now if we get the pods again, and it is running. I don't like the fact that I have to do it this way as opposed to the deployment. So when we get to the section of creating the files and stuff, because I want to be able to pass in the environment variables through the deployment. So we might keep working on that next week. But the fact is we got a pod to set up. And if we do kubectl logs udec-be, and there's nothing in there. So because it doesn't show anything? Oh, okay. Well, let's see if how do we cube. All right, so now I guess we have to, how do we expose the pod? So it's running on the pod, right? But all right, so now let's go over here. Let's go over here. Oops, over here. And see how to expose Kubernetes pod. How to expose a pod as a service. We did that. You may simply use expose while creating the pod. Okay, just expose. Or oh, okay. So we can do cube. So let's go back. We can do cube CTL expose pod. And then UDC dash
Lunch break. Lunch break.
port. Let's do it on port. Choose a crazy port. Let's say 4848, right? And name equals backend. Let's try that. Service backend exposed. Okay. So now here's a question. What if we go to here as we wrap it up for today? If I go to here and I do let me do a new request. Let's save that. Or no, let's do a new request. Continue. And what if we do local host 4848 slash API slash glossary? What happens here? Oh, no HTTPS. And it says no response. Wonder why. Or what if I use 127.0. I don't know what would be the URL that I'd use to access it. Well, yeah, it would have to be 127 because that's what we use for Mongo. What if we do a post? Let me copy from this one. And we go here and we say post. Put that in there. Huh. Let's take a look at our logs again. Connection. Oh, okay, so connection refused to 127. Wonder why. So it got started, but it got refused to maybe because, well, that's a whole different story, right? But now it's being able to connect our database in Kubernetes using Mongo to our API, right? So that's going to be our mission for next week. We were able to get it started, but I'm still going to be looking for that deployment part. But we just because I pushed the code, the image to Docker Hub. That's why that worked. So we solved that for now. But now we're working on how do we get our API connected to the database, right? That is the error that we're seeing here. We just need to know what to use. So, like I said, the way that I learn is messy. I learn messy because when you're actually in the work environment, it is very, very messy. When we first 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were going through these commands. Everything's, oh, this is so cool. This works great. This works great. I like Kubernetes. Now, when we try to apply it to our own stuff, it is an absolute mess. It tells us,
Do not come.
but we're here, and we're going to continue until we figure this out. We're going to get our microservice, our Urban Dictionary of economic data, working on the database is going to work. The front end is going to work. The back end is going to work. And we're going to be running the app through our local Minikube Kubernetes. And then once we transition over to the cloud, we're going to run it on the cloud as well. All right. So that is the goal. That is the game plan. All right. Let me see. Anything in the chat for now, or can I just get to my last closing messages? We got, let me see. Yeah, we got Rod Brown in the building. What's up, Rod Brown? How you doing? How you doing, Rod Brown? Me and Rod Brown, we're gonna have a conversation, all right? We're gonna have a conversation. It's and he says, "Listen, I warned you about that softbox. I got this huge softbox light staring at me. It's not even on because it's a mess. So I don't know. I went see. I should have listened to Rod Brown with the 2Ds. I went ahead and I listened to Rod Brown with the 1D, and now it was an absolute failure for me.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I'm just kidding. I'm just all fun and games. Let me see. And your car had said, yup, we got further than we did before. All right. Last closing thoughts of the show. Is large language models this week, Monday and Wednesday. We're going to be continuing through week 1. We're going tomorrow and most likely Wednesday, we're going to continue working on the setting up Conda, like I mentioned earlier, setting up our Conda environment.
It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
We're going to continue working on our Conda environment, setting that up, and then we're going to get into Jupyter Notebooks, and then we're going to build the AI web page summarizer, right? And then Thursday, ethical hacking. We're going to be creating installing our virtual machine software, depending on a VirtualBox if you're on Windows, UTM if you're on a Mac silicone chip, whatever chip. And then we're going to install Kali Linux, right? So I'm going to have the image for Kali Linux already downloaded because I don't want to download it while I'm on stream because it's going to be a really, really big file and it might slow down the streaming service quality. But yeah, so that is our plans for this week. LM Monday and Wednesday, QA on Tuesday, ethical hacking Thursday, right? And then, the other shows throughout the week, right? So that is it for today. Magnetar says you guys could start your own. Oh, get that off the screen. You guys could start your own Silicon Valley. Huh. We'd have to give it a different name, though. We'd have to give it a different name. Not sure what yet. I don't like Silicon Valley. I need my own name. And Mitch says one more time. Get to a point, dude.
Bruh.
You know what, Mitch?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number 1, how dare you?
How dare you? How dare you, Mitch? How dare you? Who are you talking to, Mitch? Anyways, we're out of here. You guys have an amazing day. We got a lot. I have a lot of work to do. So bunch of meetings to get it to. So, you guys have an amazing day. See you guys during the week. This is Tech Coach Ralph. We are out.
Tech Coach Ralph, tough as nails, no disguise. Pushing limits, yeah, he's that kind of guy. At first it's harsh, the rules feel like chains. But trust the process, there's sunshine in the rains. He cracks the whip, but it's all in love. Results shining bright like stars above. Tech Coach Ralph, you light the way. The sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. Days turn to weeks, skills sharp and fast. What once was a struggle now feels like a blast. Step by step, we rise and we glow. With Ralph in our corner, we're ready. ready to show. Singing his praises, can't keep it inside. From hard ass to hero, he's our pride. Tech coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed. Goodbye, crabs in the barrel, no more dragging me low. Turn my back on the sorrow, watch how strong I'll grow. I'm waving from the shoreline as I head for the sun. Life is calling me forward, now the journey's begun. Thanks so much, but it's time to say goodbye. Bye, bye, bye. Goodbye, bye, bye. I've gotta go and live my life. Tangled in their web of lies, chasing shadows in disguise. Thought they had my back for sure, realized they're one more. Walking away from shadows past me I've outgrown. They clung to my dreams while they polished their own stone. Thought they had my back, but they were pulling me down. Goodbye to the crabs, I'm leaving this tired town. Pulling me down deep below. In a barrel anger grows, crabs in corners seeking light, only find the darkest night. They laughed while I stumbled, fed doubts to my mind. Mirror reflected faces of a different kind. Chains made of whispers didn't let me fly free. Now I'm breaking loose, leaving shells in the sea. Goodbye crabs, I'm walking free, 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 free. Dreams fade one by one, fading one by one. I won't stop till I'm gone, till I'm gone. Climbing out of pits of doubt, turn my back, no looking out. Past the sorrow, past the pain, leave your echoes in the rain. Every step I take now feels light on my feet. No more anchors pulling me down to deceit. Echoes of freedom in the beat of my heart. From the weight of the past I am ready to part. Thanks so much, but it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, bye, bye. Goodbye, bye, bye, bye. I've gotta go. The path ahead is lonely, but my spirit's alive. No more shadows around me, no more tales to contrive. Rising above from the deep darkest blue. Farewell to the crabs, I've got new skies to view.